Hey, it's Ed here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for SP500 with Elliott Wave Theory. Couple of advertisements here at the start. I finally completed the Elliott Wave and RSI Advanced course, so if you want to master the RSI and want to learn how it can be utilized properly with Elliott Wave Theory, check out the course on Udemy. I've also founded Countertrend Capital with these guys over here, so if you are looking for signal service and more education, check us out here on countertrendcapital.com. And lastly, if you want to educate yourself and support me, you can take a look at Patreon, where you can find Elliott Wave Basics course, access to weekly live streams and extra content overall. Thank you for your support. Let's get into the charts next. So here we are on 1 hour time frame on S&P 500 futures chart, and today again we're going to be looking at the smaller time frames as this has not yet finished. So here on the futures chart again, let's take a look at the bull count first, in which we had this as a very decent looking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a diagonal into wave A, B here, and then 5-wave structure coming down into that C wave, hitting 100% of that A wave target for that wave C, looking decent. So from there on out, we had a 3-way move up, 3-way move down, 3-way move up, 3-way down. Again, we had the possibility of having this as a WXY. Now, however, we have already taken out the tops here, and the structure coming from the highs was in 3 waves. So it does not look like it is wanting to come down. So what do we have options left? Well, for the bull count that we are exploring right now, we have this kind of structure as a possibility. This would be an expanding leading diagonal, in which, again, why is it expanding? Is just if we are looking at this channel, pivoting it from 1 to 3 and back to 2, and we can see that wave 4 here has taken out the lows here and exiting the channel briefly before going up. This means that the wave 4 here is larger than wave 2. We can just use the Fibonacci extension tool here as well to see that same result, and we can see that here. Even though it is very slightly larger, this is something to consider for sure. Now here on expanding diagonals, we don't generally see those divergences forming from 3rd to 5th, as the 5th wave is expected to be larger than 3rd wave. Now also we don't even have a very decent looking pullback like we've had on these previous wave structures on basically all of them here. We don't have it here on 5th. So again, the question is this going to be a 3-way structure like that, or is this still the first structure and we are doing something like that? Now, where do we expect this to go to? Well, as it is an expanding structure, we would expect it to go to at least 1-to-1 extension of that 3rd wave, which would be around $4,042. At that point again, we'd be looking for something, or until that point again, we need to be just waiting. Now, an interesting thing about this diagonal is that it is not same as in the cash markets or the SPX chart. Here on SPX chart, we can still see that it is contracting diagonal. So this is a very weird thing to see, I guess. They are kind of having the same structure as a diagonal. However, one is expanding, where the price moves are more extreme, especially on the off hours, because those are of course not seen on the SPX chart. But again, for example, this last leg here was very much lower, and again 10 a.m. my time, and my time starts the market hours basically up in here. So basically this was going to be the SPX chart here if we are looking at that. But depending on which one you're going to be looking at, you're going to be getting a different kind of diagonal. That is not good. Generally we want to have them both saying the same thing. Also, if we are comparing this to other indices, like we talked on the previous video of Nasdaq a couple of days back, Nasdaq has been very much more bullish than S&P 500. It has taken out the highs that we had here on 6th of March. And S&P 500 has yet to, well, it is now breaching around the golden pocket, if I see correctly here. Yeah, right now we are at the golden pocket right here around the 618. So again, the Nasdaq is so much more bullish than S&P 500. That has to be noted. Now here, as we are looking at this chart, however, we would be looking this as the wave A, B or C. or a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, I'm leaning more towards the ABC count for now until we see more signs of this actually becoming more bullish. Which point do we look for those? Well, when the structure breaches the 1.618 extension here. And if that happens, I'm going to be taking profits most likely at the 1-to-1 if the structure gives me that kind of signals. But before that, of course, we need to get into that trade. If you're not in there, you would be expecting and waiting for this wave 2 or wave B here to be taking place. Now, generally, we want to be seeing the 38.2 in time, and that would be around 23rd of March. Now, especially in crypto for the past couple of days and a couple of weeks, I guess, we've seen some strange behavior from them, and where the minimum structures has only hit the 23.6. So I'm starting to think that we need to be considering this more as the minimum, the 23.6, which would be around 22nd of March, which would be at the end of the market hours, basically, which would be, well, tomorrow. So again, at that point, that would require us modifying this whenever this starts to pivot downwards, and that would be the earliest signs where we would be looking for a pivot. And of course, we would be looking for a three-way move down here, which would be giving us a signal of that. Could be the wave 2 or wave B. Then we would be going long against the lows here, and we would be targeting up higher. Again, these targets would be based on the high that we would be creating and the low here. So again, don't take these as targets as of yet. But that is the bullish count. I am favoring this at the moment, whether it's going to be an ABC or 1, 2, 3. I'm turning a bit more bullish here. Now, the bear count that we've had has been this as a 1, 2, 1, 2. Again, as mentioned on the previous section of this video, I guess, Nasdaq has taken out this high here. So again, we can't have a 1, 2, 1, 2 there. Now, if we are breaching this high here, it is pretty clear that we can't have this as a 1, 2. Why? Because again, this would be wave A, this would have to be a wave B, and then this would be wave C. However, this does not stay within this 1.618, which is the key thing here. Now, even if we had the structure ending here, we don't have it still. And if we breach the 1.618 here, like we do in this scenario or this case, this is no longer very relevant to me. It is so rare to see 1.618 cleared by this much that it would make any sense to me. So again, for me, if we breach these highs, I'm not going to be considering this 1, 2, 1, 2 scenario anymore. But instead, that bullish scenario would be the only and main scenario still at this point. But yeah, anything can happen up to these points. And again, invalidations are just invalidations for these counts. They are not the only things that can happen. There might be other counts that I don't see here, or the market just might do some weird things that I'm just not expecting. But the point of Elliott Waves is to see the potential paths that market can take, and take a good risk to reward ratio trades based on the structures that the price is forming. Again, we don't need to be playing the counts specifically, we just need to be looking for the high and good risk to reward ratio trades. Same that we have this as a possibility here for that bull count. But yeah, I think that is pretty much the expectations that I have here. Bullish count is my main, and that's all for now. Again, if you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes and comments on this video. And again, if you want to educate yourself, check out Patreon for the basics course of Elliott Wave. If you want to educate yourself more and learn more of RSI especially, and how that fits into Elliott Wave, check out the Udemy course. And for the trade signals or trade setups, check out CTC, and also we provide there more education as well. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.